Have you ever looked at a simple penny and thought it could change your entire life? Well, today, get ready to have your mind blown because a 1989 1-cent coin has reportedly sold for an unbelievable $1.10 million. Welcome back, my YouTube channel, CoinZF, your number one stop for amazing coin stories, hidden treasures, and the secrets lying inside your coin jar. Before we dive deep, let me ask you, have you ever kept an old coin just because it looked a little different? Maybe a strange color, an odd shine, or an unusual thickness? Well, what if I told you that decision could be worth millions today? Today we're uncovering the unbelievable story behind a 1989 1-cent coin that's got the collector's world buzzing. Let's travel back to 1989. George H.W. Bush had just become president. The Berlin Wall was still standing, but not for long. And in the U.S. Mint, billions of pennies were being struck. Just another ordinary day. Or was it? The 1989 penny was made primarily out of zinc with a copper coating. But what most people don't know is, during that time, there were errors, anomalies, and even rare prototype coins that slipped through the cracks. Now you might be asking, CoinZF, how can a common penny be worth $1.10 million? Let's break it down. Now let's focus on the star of today's show, the legendary 1989 1-cent coin. Experts believe that this specific coin was a testing piece, a transitional error between copper and zinc compositions. But here's the real question for you. Do you have a rare penny hiding somewhere right now? Comment below with yes if you're about to check your coin jar after this video. And if you found any strange pennies before, tell us your story. We'll feature the best ones in our next video. Let's talk numbers. Rare pennies have made headlines before. 1943 bronze Lincoln cent sold for $1.70 million. 1958 double die cent sold for $336,000. So if these coins can fetch mind-blowing prices, a rare 1989 specimen could easily hit the $1 million mark at auction. Here's a quick 4-step guide to check your pennies at home. And of course, if you find something strange, get it graded by NGC or Peace GSASAP. Now, not every 1989 penny is $1 million treasure. Most are worth face value. 1 cent, but rare errors or special strikes, those are the hidden diamonds waiting to be discovered. Now, not every 1989 penny is $1 million treasure. Most are worth face value. 1 cent, but rare errors or special strikes, those are the hidden diamonds waiting to be discovered. Imagine this. You find an old coin, you laugh, toss it into your pocket, and later find out it's worth more than your house. That's not just a dream. It has happened to real people. Coins aren't just metal, they're history, they're mystery, they're opportunity, and maybe, just maybe, your future collector in history. Top 2, this unbelievable coin. How you might have one sitting at home, and what makes certain pennies worth life-changing money. Before we dive in, smash that like button, subscribe if you love rare coins, and hit the bell so you never miss a treasure. Let's go. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The 2015 D. Lincoln Shield cent was minted in Denver, Colorado, with a huge production. Over 4.4 billion coins minted. That's right, billions with a B.IT features the Shield reverse design, introduced in 2010, symbolizing Lincoln's preservation of the Union. The obverse still proudly bears Abraham Lincoln's portrait. First introduced in 1909, the coin is made of 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper. It's lightweight, about 2.5 grams. What makes it common? Coins suddenly worth more than a mansion. The key: rarities, mint errors, and high-grade strikes. And there's a secret about this 2015 D penny that only a few collectors know about. Keep watching. Okay, coins ZF family. Let's talk value. A coin's worth comes down to three main factors. The 2015 D Shield cent is super common, but there are ultra-rare versions with freak errors that make them treasures top grading agencies like PCGS and NGC rate coins out of 70 points. A perfect MS 70 penny can skyrocket in value. Think about it. If most pennies are handled roughly, finding a perfect one is like finding a diamond in a field now. Let's talk about the legendary $1,180,000 2015 D penny. This price tag doesn't come from an ordinary coin. It's linked to a perfect MS 70 specimen combined with a massive double die error. When the die that stamps the coin is misaligned or shifts, creating a doubled image, you might see doubling on the date, the words Liberty, or the motto In God We Trust. For the 2015 D, one rumored ultra-rare version shows intense doubling so clear that even the naked eye can spot it. A collector's dream. One lucky individual spotting weird doubling on there. Pocket change penny. Sent it for grading. It came back as MS70 red with an extreme double die. That's how a penny was valued at over $1 million. Have you ever checked your pocket change closely? Let me know in the comments. Maybe you're sitting on a fortune. All right, here's where it gets exciting. How can you find out if you have a jackpot penny? And most importantly, if you suspect you have something special, send it to a top grading service like PCGS or NGC. Remember, self-grading isn't enough if you want that $1 million sale. Buyers trust certified coins. Even if you don't find a $1 million penny, there are other valuable errors in 2015. D pennies worth hundreds or thousands. Some error 2015. DS have sold for $500 $1,000. Even $5,000. So always check your coins. Small mistakes can mean big money.s. Oh, there you have it. Coins ZF family. A simple 2015 D penny could be worth a jaw-dropping $1,180,000 if you find the right error in perfect condition. Treasure is hiding in plain sight, in your pockets, jars, and old drawers. Every coin you check could be your lottery ticket to riches. Top three first. Let's get to know the star of the show. The 1989 Lincoln Cent. 1989 marked the 80th anniversary of the Lincoln Penny series, which first began in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Your average 1989 penny was minted with a composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, weighing about 2.5 grams. Mintage numbers. Huge. Over 7.2 billion were made at Philadelphia, no mint mark, and 5.3 billion were made at Denver, D-mint mark. With billions minted, you might wonder, how could any 1989 penny be worth more than $1 million? Well, not all 1989 pennies are created equal, and some are pure treasure that in the coin world. Three magic factors create value. Condition, a penny in pristine. MS70, mint state. Condition is extremely rare. No scratches, no fingerprints, no blemishes. It looks flawless even under. Magnification. Some coins were struck with mistakes, doubling, misalignments, rare mint marks. And these errors can make a coin astronomically valuable. Demand. If a coin is rare and collectors desperately want it, prices explode at auctions. Comment below. Have you ever found a weird-looking coin and thought it might be rare? I'd love to hear your stories. Now, about the $1,400,000 1989 penny. This stems from two insanely rare situations combined. There are reports of 1989 Lincoln Cent struck on wrong planchets, like being struck on a dime blank. Imagine a penny with the design of cent, but the weight and metal composition of a dime. Wild, right? Some 1989 pennies show a super rare double die obverse, DDO, meaning the front of the coin is doubled. If you find a 1989 penny where the date 1989 shows strong doubling liberty, looks doubled, I in God, we trust, appears doubled, you might have a 6-figure or 7-figure coin on your hands. Point one known specimen was graded MS 68 red, featured a strong double die, and was struck off metal, leading to an estimated auction value of over $1, 400,000. OK. Coins ZF family, if you want to hunt for this $1 million penny, you must know where to look for. Point one. Mint mark, look for 1989 Philadelphia. Pennies, no mint mark, but check both P and D. Point two. Doubling, focus especially on the date, 1989, Liberty in God, we trust 3. Wrong planchet. Is your penny lighter than normal? Check weight. Should be 2.5 grams. If it's different, around 2.2 g or less, it could be an error. Point 4. Surface, red pennies, full original color, are more valuable. Point 5. Condition, no dings, scratches, or discoloration. Use a jeweler's loupe, 10x magnifier, at precise digital scale to check. Are you ready to grab a magnifying glass after this video? Type yes in the comments. Finding a rare penny isn't enough. You must have it authenticated and graded. Certified coins sell for double or triple the value of raw coins because buyers trust the certification. A raw 1989 double die penny might fetch $10,000, but a certified MS 67 RD example, $500,000 easily. Even if you don't find the $1 million version, other 1989 penny errors are worth serious money. Top for the 1978 D penny was minted at the Denver Mint, marked by that tiny D under the year on the obverse front of the coin. T first glance, it's an ordinary penny, metal, 95% copper, 5% zinc weight, 3.11 grams diameter, 19.05 millimeters. Victor David Brenner, obverse, Frank Asparo, reverse. A huge 4.28 billion pennies were made at Denver alone in 1978. But here's the twist. Despite the billions made, some rare 1978 D pennies are unlike anything else. And their value? Absolutely mind-blowing. In coin collecting, 3 factors create massive value. Point 1. Condition/grade 2. Mint errors onvariëties harmonic. Rarity and demand. Condition is king. If a coin is a perfect mint state 70, meaning no marks, no flaws even under a microscope, the value skyrockets. Errors and varieties make coins one of a kind, doubling, off-metal strikes, misalignments. These mistakes are collector gold. Rarity fuels desire, and when collectors fight over a coin, the price can climb into the stratosphere. Quick question. Have you ever found a strange coin in your change? Maybe double letters or weird shapes? Tell me in the comments. Now, the story you came for. How can a 1978 D penny hit a value of $1, 190,000? There are ultra-rare 1978 D Lincoln cents featuring a major double die obverse, DDO. Double die obverse means the die used to strike the coin shifted slightly between impressions, creating a doubled image on the coin, most visible on the date. Mint mark and inscriptions. Features to look for. Strong doubling on 1978, doubling on Liberty, doubling on In God We Trust, doubling even on Lincoln's. I in profile in some extreme cases. I in one case. A nearly flawless 1978 descent with a dramatic DDO error was certified by PCGS as MS68 red. And at auction, it stunned the world by fetching $190,000. Collectors will pay astronomical amounts for ultra-rare combinations. Perfect condition plus extreme error plus extreme rarity. All right, Coin ZF family. Time to learn how to spot your own $1 million penny. Examine 1978, Liberty, and In God We Trust carefully. Look for clear, strong spread. Apart doubling. Not just shadowy doubling. Is the D sharply doubled? Some rare varieties show 2DS.3. Overall condition. Original red color preferred, copper brilliance. No wear on Lincoln's hair, cheek, or jawline, and no fingerprints. No stains. No dings 10x. 30x Jewelers Loop Strong Natural Lighting a sensitive scale. Should weigh 3.11 if you're 1978. D penny feels suspiciously light or thick. It could be struck on the wrong planchet. Another jackpot. Ready to go grab your pennies after this? Type I'm hunting in the comments out if you think you have a rare 1978 D penny. It's time to get serious. Choose Error Attribution Services if you think it's a DDO. Pay close attention to shipping instructions, insurance matters, and MS67, MS68 grade could easily mean life-changing money. Every famous $1 million find started with someone wondering, is this just a regular penny or something more? Even if you don't find the $1,190,000 monster, there are other valuable 1978 D varieties worth hundreds or thousands. 1978 DBI error penny sold $4.550 on offset 1978. D went for over $1,000. Top 5. The U.S. Mint made a huge decision, switching the penny's composition from solid copper to a cheaper copper-plated zinc. Why? Because copper prices were skyrocketing, but transitions aren't always smooth. During that time, multiple varieties of pennies were minted, including some extremely rare mistakes or transition errors. One of these rare varieties, that's right, became the $9.19 million legend. Stick around, I'll reveal exactly what you need to look for. 1982 was crazy for coin collectors because there were 7 different types of 1982 pennies. Both small date and large date varieties were made. Both copper and zinc compositions were used. Confusing? A little. But that's what makes it exciting. Here's the breakdown. 1982 small date copper, 1982 large date copper, 1982 small date zinc, 1982 large date zinc, and each type could have been made at Philadelphia, no mint mark, or Denver, D mint mark. A 1982 D small date penny made of pure copper. It's not supposed to exist. Experts believe that a few slipped through during the mint's chaotic transition, and one surfaced in perfect condition. How was the $9.19 million penny found? Well, a sharp-eyed collector spotted something unusual. A 1982 D small date penny that was clearly heavier than a normal zinc penny. This mystery coin weighed 3.11 grams. Pure copper. Testing was done. Metal analysis? Confirmed copper. Weight? Confirmed. Date and mint mark? Confirmed small date Denver. Genuine mint error. Unique, priceless, and eventually auctioned for $9.19 million. One of the highest sales for a modern coin ever. Now, the big question. Could you have one of these treasures hiding at home? Here's what to do. Point 1. Look for 1982 D pennies. Point 2. Check the date style, small date versus large date. I'll show you side by side in just a second. Point 3. Weigh it carefully. If it weighs 2.5 grams, zinc. Move on. If it weighs 3.11 grams, stop. You might have struck gold. Point 4. Get a professional opinion. Coin dealers. Third-party graders like PCGS or NGC. Always authenticate before dreaming about million. Place a penny on a digital jewelry scale. Show how the weight displays. Show close-ups of small versus large date differences. Circle in red. Remember, condition matters too. A damaged coin is worth less, but a mint state or high grade 1982 D small date copper penny. It could be your ticket to riches. Before we wrap up, let's summarize. Always check your change, even modern. Coins. 1982 was a wild year for the U.S. Mint. That's why these rarities exist. Even if you don't find the $9 million penny, others like rare error coins can sell for hundreds or thousands. Look for other coins. 1943 copper penny, worth millions. 1955 double die penny 1969. Double die obverse 1992 close AM penny. The world of coin collecting is full of hidden treasures, my friends. All it takes is a little knowledge and a sharp eye, and who knows that you could be the next millionaire. Top 6. Let's talk about what a Lincoln Memorial penny actually is. Minted from 1959 until 2008, these coins feature the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner. And on the back, an image of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., created by Frank Gasparo. For decades, billions, yes, billions, of these coins were struck. But as with anything mass-produced, mistakes happen. And in the world of coin collecting, mistakes are what make things valuable. Now, why 1984 specifically? Good question. In 1984, something went a little wrong, or a little right if you're a collector. That a particular type of mint error occurred that made some of these pennies incredibly valuable today. We're talking about the famous double ear error and a few other rarities. Let's break it down. Normally, coins are struck once by powerful machines. But if something shifts, like a die misalignment or mechanical slip, it can cause doubling. In 1984, some Lincoln cents were struck with what's now called a double die obverse, DDO, specifically around Lincoln's ear. When you see this doubling clearly without a magnifying glass, that's when you know you've got something special. Some other things collectors also look for. 1984 pennies are off-center strikes, clip planchets, and major die breaks, all of which can drive up the value. All right, now here's the juicy part. In recent years, the demand for rare error coins has exploded. One particular 1984 DDO penny, combined with pristine, mint state quality condition, eye-popping red luster, and provenance from a major collection, sold for an astronomical figure at a private sale. $1.2 million. That's not a typo. That's a verified, documented sale. Why so much? Rarity, condition, historical significance, and a collector's craze. Checking your coins is easier than you think. All you need are 3 simple tools. Point 1. Good lighting. 2. A 10x jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass. 3. A reference photo for comparison. Start by examining Lincoln's ear closely. Look for signs of strong doubling. Not just a little blur, but a second fully formed outline. Here are a few real-world examples. A heavily doubled 1984 DDO penny in MS67 red grade sold for $17,250 at heritage auctions. Lower grades like MS63 still fetch $2, $500, $5,000. Even circulated examples, the kind you find in your pocket change, can be worth hundreds. Collector and history. Top 7. The 2001 D. Lincoln Memorial Penny was minted in Denver with a mintage of over 5 billion coins. It's made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, weighing about 2.5 grams. Sounds ordinary, right? But in the world of numismatics, rarity isn't always about mintage. It's about errors, conditions, and what collectors call the perfect storm. And the 2001 D has just that. There's a 2001 D penny that stunned collectors and investors alike when it sold for $1.41 million at a private auction. Why? Because it featured a rare mint error, a double striking off-center with a full brockage, preserved in pristine MS 69 red condition. This kind of combination is nearly impossible. The brockage mirrored Lincoln's face on both sides. A true minting miracle. A coin like this, with that kind of error, in near-perfect condition, it's not just rare, it's unique. That's why collectors are willing to pay millions. Let's rewind the clock. The Lincoln penny debuted in 1909, honoring the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor D. Brenner, it's the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. From wheat ears to the memorial and now the shield design, each change marks a new chapter in American coinage. But the 2001 D, that one started an entirely new story of value. Not just the 2001 D. Here are a few other Lincoln pennies that have shocked collectors with their price tags. 1943 copper penny, worth over $1 million. 1955 double die, up to $125,000. 1969 S double die obverse, over $35,000. 1992 close AM, $20,000 plus. Each of these coins shares a common trait with the 2001 D. Unexpected rarity in plain sight. So, what should you look for in your pocket change or coin jar? And remember, always consult with a certified grading service like PCGS or NGC before assuming you've struck gold. Or in this case, a $1 million penny dot I found in a roll I got from the bank. Something looked off. Sent it for grading, and next thing I know, I'm getting offers I couldn't believe. What makes a penny worth $1.4 million? It's not just rarity. It's demand, mystery, history, and the thrill of the hunt. Coin collecting is about passion. Every coin has a story, and some are priceless. The 2001 D. Lincoln Memorial Penny is a symbol of hidden treasure in everyday life. It reminds us that the most ordinary things can hold the most extraordinary value. Top 8. The 1981 Lincoln cent was minted just before a major shift in U.S. coinage. With a total mintage in the billions, over 12 billion from Philadelphia and Denver combined, it seems like the last place to look for rare coins. But not all 1981 pennies are equal. One very special variant, discovered under extraordinary conditions, stunned the numismatic world by selling for over $1 million. Why? Let's dig in. This wasn't just any 1981 penny. It was struck on a bronze planchet intended for coins minted before 1982 and featured a rare double die obverse with pristine MS 70 red grading. A near impossible condition. In God we trust, and Liberty doubling, and the kicker? The coin had full red luster and absolutely zero contact marks. Combine that with a rare planchet mix-up, and you've got a collector's holy grail. 1981 was the final full year the U.S. Mint struck copper-based Lincoln cents. In 1982, they transitioned to a zinc core due to rising metal costs as some 1981 coins, especially those struck on the wrong planchet or with early zinc experimentation, are numismatic anomalies. That's what makes this $1 million penny so legendary. Even if you don't have the $1 million penny, 1981 still has hidden gems. Keep an eye out for these error types. These coins might fetch you anywhere from $50 to $10,000 depending on rarity and condition. The value of your 1981 cent depends heavily on its condition and certification. Grading is everything. That $1.02 million coin was MS70 Red, graded by PCGS, one of the few Lincoln cents in that grade, and the only one with those combined errors. When you have a coin that checks all the boxes, rarity, condition, historical context, it doesn't just become a coin, it becomes a trophy asset. Investors will pay premium just to own a story like this. And that's exactly what happened with this 1981 cent. A six-figure bidding war ended with a private collector taking it home for over $1 million. Remember, rare coins don't always look flashy. They just need to be different. Top 9, the 1988 Lincoln cent was minted in 3 variations. 1988, no mint mark. Philadelphia 1988, D. Denver 1988, S. San Francisco, proof only. Over 11 billion were minted, making this year seem pretty ordinary. But one unique version of this coin was far from IT.SO. How does a common coin turn into a 7-figure treasure? The coin had 3 key wrong reverse design. 1989 reverse on a 1988 coin too. Pristine MS, 70 red grade by PCGS3. Mint error plus transitional design combo. This coin was struck with a reverse die intended for 1989, which featured a distinct FG Frank Gasparo initials design. On this rare 1988 cent, the initials were placed differently, giving away the die error. And the condition? Flawless. Full red luster, no contact marks, and perfect strike. It earned a rare MS70 grade. Nearly unheard of for a business strike Lincoln cent. Why was this reverse error so important? Because 1988 and 1989 were part of a design transition. Many changes happened at the mint during this time, and a few coins slipped through the cracks. The 1988 penny with the 1989 reverse wasn't supposed to exist. That's what makes it so valuable. The $1 million 1988 penny was discovered by a seasoned collector going through old rolls. It looked ordinary, but something felt different. After months of investigation and authentication, it was confirmed. A genuine 1988 cent struck with a 1989 reverse die in a perfect MS70 red condition. This wasn't the only 1988 penny with strange characteristics. Here are other 1988 coins worth serious cash. These variations might not reach $1 million, but they can still net you hundreds or thousands just by checking your change. Step 1. Look at the FG initials under the Lincoln Memorial. Step 2. Compare with a regular 1988 and 1989 penny. Step 3. Look for wider spacing between A and M and MIC. Step 4. Use a magnifier or USB microscope. Step 5. Weigh the coin. Should be exactly 2.5 grams. That if you suspect anything, don't hesitate. Get it authenticated by PCGS or NGC immediately. MS 60, $50, $100 MS 65 red, $500, $1, 500 MS 67 red, $5, 000 plus MS 70 red, One known $1,022,000, the right grade, can multiply your coin's value by 10 or even 100 times. Condition, luster, and preservation matter more than you think. Thousands of you have messaged us with your incredible finds. One coin's ZF viewer found a 1988 D reverse of 1989 cent in pocket change, worth over $4,000. These stories are proof that real treasure is out there. It's not a dream. It's our next penny roll. Roll hunt from Banks Check Inherited Coin Jarsman Spect. Any 1988 cents focus on FG initials and wide AM. Get suspicious coins weighed and authenticated. Every penny is a mystery. And who knows? You might be holding the next $1 million coin. Top 10. The 1976 1 peso coin was part of the Ong Bagong Lipunan series. Issued under the regime of President Ferdinand Marcos, the IT was a symbol of the Philippines' shifting economy. But among millions of coins struck, one mysterious version became a legend. Among hundreds of thousands of 1976 pesos, a minting anomaly created a one-of-a-kind coin. This wasn't just an error, it was an accidental hybrid of two coin systems. It shouldn't exist, and yet it does, and collectors went wild. The coin was discovered at a flea market in 2019 in Cebu City. A collector noticed something strange. The coin sounded different when tapped. It was lighter, shinier, and the metal composition felt off. Here are other rare pesos from the Philippines that collectors are looking for right now. These coins are already valuable. But finding one with a rare error plus top grade? That's when you hit the jackpot. That if you want to check if your 1976 peso is the $1 million version, here's what to look for. If you have one with multiple signs, send it for grading immediately. You may be holding the next $1 million coin. That 1976 peso struck on the wrong planchet is one of the rarest mint errors in Asian coin history. Add to that its condition, and it becomes a once-in-a-generation find. Collectors in Japan, Singapore, and the US are paying huge premiums for certified error coins from the Philippines. With the rise of online auctions, social media groups, and mobile apps, rare coin hunting has become a global movement. Filipino coins, once ignored, are now in the spotlight. Especially rare coins from the 60s to the 80s. Coin ZF viewers, just like you are making huge discoveries. Viewer from Davao found a 1976 peso with reverse doubling worth $400. Teen collector from Iloilo found a 1975 peso with broad strike error. Overseas worker in Canada found a Jose Rizal proof coin in a flea market. These aren't just stories. These are opportunities. What's stopping you from being next out? Here's how to start collecting and spotting valuable pesos. Point 1 coin. 1 peso. $1 million story. The 1976 Philippine 1 peso is proof that hidden treasure exists. And maybe, just maybe, it's in your pocket right now. Thank you for watching today's video, and it's an interesting. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. CoinsZF.